Hi, I'm Tim from Cooking Live, and I'm here to talk to you about Burger 101 because we're headed into burger season, as you know. And so the first thing I need to explain to you is why I'm doing this inside. The fact of the matter is that a burger is a year-round comfort food, at least it is for me, and the best way to do it is in a cast iron skillet. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you want to grill it, go ahead. That's a whole nother story. But right now, you can make this fantastic burger. A homemade burger is always going to be good, but we're going to teach you how to make it great. I'm going to start with the first step, which is all right, let's face it, you're not going to do this. But the first tip is to grind your own meat. I'll be quick about this because you're not going to do it, but still, the fact is, grind your own meat by getting a chunk of beef. You can get a chunk of chuck and a chunk of brisket. You can mix and match, make whatever you like. Get a little bit of fat in there to make sure that it doesn't have to be super fatty, but just to make sure that it gets juicy enough. You can make it as lean as you like. You have to cut the beef up, and then you put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes, and then you pull out your trusty KitchenAid. And on here is where goes the grinder attachment. This is why you're never going to do it. You don't have a grinder attachment, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. You could do it in the food processor, but you're not going to do that either. You're not going to do it. So here's the thing. I'll talk to you about it. Call me if you want to do it. Call me, and I'll talk you through the whole thing. But the fact of the matter is, here's what you can do. Go to your local butcher. In our case, we went to Whole Foods, and we asked them to grind specifically for us a cut of brisket. We like brisket because it's really beefy, it's irony, it's lean enough, but it has enough fat so that it's going to be a juicy burger. And we got this fresh cut beef. Now, if you look at it closely, you can see how it differs from the pre-ground packaged beef you'll find in your supermarket, in that it's a much looser grind. You see how it's not all packed together densely. And this is important because when you're making your patty, as I'm about to do next, you want to handle it as little as possible. The less you handle it, the juicier your burgers are going to be. The more you handle it, the denser and drier your burgers are going to end up. So I'm going to start with this fresh ground brisket and make a patty. Now, it doesn't take a whole lot of manipulation, just enough so that it sticks together and then it won't crumble. See how this part? Trust me on this. I've done it before. So here's the other thing. You've heard about the dent in the middle. You've wondered why. Well, that's because if you cook it like this, the juices are going to go to the center, rise up, and cause this to bubble. And then your bun is going to topple on top. It'll never fit. It'll be weird. Nobody likes that. You just put your thumb in the middle, make a little indentation like that. That allows it to still rise, but then it will rise evenly. So you'll have an even shaped burger. Now we're going to give it a little seasoning. All it needs a little salt and fresh ground pepper. On the other side, no, because we're going to put it on this side in the pan. A little canola. We've got what you call a ripping hot cast iron pan there. And the point of the cast hotter than any other kind of metal pan that you have in the kitchen. And it will retain that heat. So I've got the heat on high right now as it goes in there to sear it. But now I'm going to move the heat back down to about medium. The cast iron retains the heat, and so it's going to go down to medium really slowly, but it's going to give you that crust. Now here, okay, remember when we were talking about grilling versus the inside stuff? This is the advantage to inside burger cooking. You get the crust. You don't get the smoky flavor, that's fine. But you get the crust, and it's all about the textural difference. Now here's a chance to season the other side. Now as it's building the crust, let me tell you a couple of burger don'ts, okay? You've seen this guy. There's one in every crowd. And he's at either the pan or the grill. Most often the grill. He's most often at the grill. And while the burgers are cooking, he's pressing down on them, and the flames are shooting up, and it's chaos. And this man is a burger abuser, and he's a criminal. Don't let him do this. The reason is, there's no point in doing that. You don't press down the burger, you're losing the juices. You let it be, you let it cook. Also, here's another thing. It's something the burger world kind of learned recently. It had been common knowledge, common understanding, that you cook one side of a piece of meat, just let it cook, and then you flip it and cook that side, and then when that side is done, it's done. But actually, when you cook it more, or rather flip it more often than once, now you can see how the crust is forming. You see that crust? You see that crust? That's what you want. That's beautiful. You can flip it a couple times, don't worry. Nobody's going to think the worst of you. The fact is that the burger's going to cook even more evenly, and your crust is going to turn out better. We're just going to flip it once here because, hey, we only got like, what, 9 minutes? I don't know. So we're just going to keep it like this. And now the question is, well, when is it done? First of all, it's a burger. Relax. This isn't like Kobe steak. You don't have to nail it every time. It's going to be delicious. But if it's a little underdone, you put it back on. If it's a little overdone, that's what condiments are for. More cheese, more mayo, more mustard. But the way to actually get it absolutely perfect the way you want to is something like this, a thermopan. So after about 4 more minutes on this side, what you can do is you can just stick that in there and check for 130 is commonly accepted as medium rare and done. What I like to do is, and this is different from some folks, but I find it easier to determine doneness. I like to cheese my bun rather than the burger because the burger will start to tell you when it's getting done when little drops of red start coming out the top. Just like with steak, anytime you see drops of moisture coming out the top that are a little red and it starts to beat up and roll off, that means the steak or the burger is going from rare to medium rare. If you got cheese on top, you can't see that. So in this case, I've par-toasted the bun. I'm going to put this inside here, and you're going to remind me when it's time to start and pull it out so it's melted. But that way we can keep a good eye on our burger. This is getting beautiful on both sides. You see there's a crust on the bottom building as well. That's a shade better.
When you start off with your head there, feel it. How hot should it be? Should it be really hot?
It should be super hot. Don't fear the heat. Honestly, not just have 911 on speed dial. You're all set. Super hot. Get it hot. You can preheat it for like up to 10 minutes. The cast iron pan can actually be smoking. It's okay. You're not going to set a fire. The point is you're going to want to get a crust going, get a hard sear going as soon as possible once the meat hits the pan. Then, as soon as the meat hits the pan, you turn it from high down to medium. It'll retain the heat, and it'll go down slowly. And then once you hit the other side, it's going to be medium, and it's going to cook more evenly. And you can already start to see some of the juices coming up there. I don't know what temperature it is. Frankly, I have no idea. I cook these things all the time for myself. I get it right about 75% of the time. I never use running. Whatever. It's delicious either way. So it tells me the ambient temperature of the room is 70 something. Right now, our burger's at 130. That means it's about medium rare. That means it's done. For me, anyway. If you like it done more, go ahead. If you like it done well, take it all the way. But that right there is burger perfection. We're waiting on cheese perfection. But that's okay. Cheese perfection will come. It always comes. It's cheese. This is the crusty burger that you can make year-round. And on a rainy day or on a day when you just don't feel like firing up your grill or whatever, the cast iron pan is the way to go.
Now for condiments.
Oh,
Do you have a preference for condiments, or how do you feel?
Well, condiments are entirely personal. I personally like a little bit of mustard and a little bit of mayo, but that's about it. I mean, you know, if you're a ketchup person, fine, go that way. I won't think any less of you. You can also do, I mean, you know, sriracha, whatever. I mean, you can get as weird as you want. It's a burger. Cheese takes its time. You just let cheese take its time. What other lessons have we not covered?
How many minutes on each side?
Well, that depends upon the thickness of your burger. And like I say, there are no hard and fast rules. It also depends upon the heat of your pan. I think on this one we give it about like, what, 4.5 minutes on each side or so?
Yeah.
Roughly, but that's a rough guide. Go by, like I say, when you start to see the droplets of juices coming out the top, which is why we cheese the bun. And also, the thermopen is going to tell you exactly when it's done. 130 is exact medium rare.
And forming the patty is extremely important.
We've got a cheesy bun. And forming the patty is extremely important because we've formed it as loosely as possible. We didn't manhandle it. We didn't abuse it. We didn't tightly pack it like you would a snowball. Because the fact of the matter is, when you do that, the fat emulsifies into the meat, and then it's just going to make for a dense burger. You just want the fat to be able to drip out. You see how it's dripping out? I mean, that's not just fat. I don't want to gross you out. That's burger juice. That's delicious. And the burger juice is also going at the bottom as well. Here, let's not forget this, okay? Just because it's a burger doesn't mean it's not as important as this. So, as delicious as it is right now, just give it a minute. Give it 5 minutes, as a matter of fact, at least, to rest, just as you would a steak. Because if you bite into it right now, or cut into it right now, all those juices are going to spill out all over the place, and all that time you took to have your butcher grind this, and to make a nice loose patty, and to lovingly cook it in a cast iron pan, you're going to blow it. You're going to blow the whole thing. You might as well be eating a bologna sandwich. So just let it rest before you bite into it. All right? What more can I tell you?
I think that's it.
All right.